Good morning. It's Tuesday, January 17th, 2023, and it's about 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So last week, I haven't posted in a couple days, but I had sold my positions because this market kept going up. And I pretty much broke even. I think I took a small loss, but always opportunities, so I'm not worried about it. Anyway, I got in this morning. Bought some put options going down. This market really has no reason for being up this high other than they're just driving it up. They're trying to get more buyers in there so they can turn it around and sell this market, and that's what it's doing right now. It looks like it's trying to inch its way higher, and it could go higher. I mean, who knows how far it can go, but market's in trouble. I mean, it's in big trouble. There's unemployment's way up. Inflation, even though they say inflation's only 8%, the real numbers are actually 16%. They just don't want to let people know what's really going on. And it's not that they're trying to be sinister or anything, it's that this is the way the business works. Otherwise, if they told you the truth of what's really going on in the economy, everybody was going to pull out of the markets. Read this morning that pension funds are really in trouble in California and Illinois. They're in trouble all over the place, but mainly California and Illinois. I think half the money that's supposed to be in the pension funds is gone. So you got to realize how these markets work. Anytime you put your money in the bank, or if it's in a pension fund, all that money is eventually invested in the stock market. The banks don't have any liquidity. They take that money and they invest it in the stock market. That's what they do. And same with the pension funds. All the money in the pension funds are invested in the stock market or real estate or something that's always invested. It's silly to think you're going to have all this money just sitting there in a big pile and that the government or the state or the banks are not going to do anything. They're just going to let it sit. They're not. They're going to take your money and they're going to invest it. And when the economy starts to tank, which it's doing right now, and this is the time to take action, not when it's too late, your money is gone. It's going to disappear because the stock market's going down, and it's going to take everything with it. The only thing I see that's safe right now for the average person would be T-bills, like 90-day T-bills. I understand are pretty safe right now. You don't want to buy the 30-year treasuries because those are eventually going to be worthless. So this market is going up on nothing. It's just air that's taking this thing up. So you got to realize that. Eventually this is going to come down, and people are thinking we're back in a bull market, and we can't be. It's not possible because they've already drained all the money. So this is where the market's at. Eventually it's going to turn around and come down. The question is when. And here's a Russell. It's just gone sky high. Look at that. It's almost vertical. And can this keep going? Sure, it can keep going, but not very far. You know, eventually this is going to turn around, and it's going to happen, I'm assuming, this week. And like I mentioned before, anything that goes up like this eventually comes down really hard. You know, like this came up, and it just came down really hard. So it's going to start coming down pretty hard soon. Dow Jones is actually not doing very well right now. It's down 119 points. So it's not following the other indexes. It's kind of lagging. So that's showing me that there is some kind of lag going on, and it's ready to start going down soon. And it could be as early as today. Back in the ES. So the market's up here. You got to remember how this is played. Market goes down and it comes up, it goes down, market goes up and it comes down. So you got to have, this is a buy-sell game. Most people don't know that because they buy and hold, and that's the worst thing that you can do. Because you don't see any buy and hold here. You see buying and selling. Buying and selling. You don't see, if it was buy and hold, this market would be vertical. And that's not the way it works. People buying here, they're selling here, they're buying here. That's how this game is played. So like I said, eventually this is going to start coming down. And anybody who's in a short position, as long as you time it right, you're going to make some big money. Now they talk about you can't time the market and you can't find tops and bottoms, and that's not true. You can. Now it might not be 100%, but you can come pretty close. And I think we're damn close to the top right here. Can it go up higher? Sure. But if it goes up higher, it's going to be even more dangerous than where it's at now. Again, the economy is in big trouble. They say unemployment is actually pretty steady, and you have to know that's not true. There's so many companies that are letting a lot of people out right now. They're Amazon, Meta, Target, PG&E. I mean, it's just so many companies that are letting people go. And when the Feds say that unemployment is down or it's not that bad, they're not telling the truth. And of course, they don't want to scare a lot of people, because then people are going to pull out of markets, they're going to pull out of banks, and they don't want you to do that. They want you to stay in, just like when your financial advisor is not going to tell you to sell. They want you to stay in the market. Otherwise, the market disappears. It needs to stay alive. So you need to keep your money in for them to make money. If you're smart and you pay attention and you do the research, there's several companies out there that are putting out some really good newsletters that are telling you what's really going on with the economy. And these companies are run by traders that have been around for about a minimum 30 years, 40 years, some 50 years. And some of these people even work for some huge hedge funds. They have their own hedge funds. They work for the government. They were the financial advisors for the presidents. These are people they're very knowledgeable and they know. And those are the ones that you should follow. And then you're going to know what's going on with this market and where eventually it's going to end up. And it's going to end up way down here. But right now, they're still drawing people in. The news is always talking about how well things are. And when they start doing that, it's the opposite of that. So, so anyway, here we are. I trade the markets just by the knowledge that I have, the experience that I have, and also what makes sense according to the knowledge that I have. And these markets are up here. They shouldn't be, and maybe I shouldn't say they shouldn't, but they're not. There's no valid reason that they should be up here. Outside of these people drawing the market up artificially. So keep in mind, this is going to turn around big, and it's going to come down big eventually. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, but it's going to happen. So, as I said before, I bought some put options in here this morning, and we'll see where the market winds up, and we'll check in with you tomorrow. Okay, that's it.